Hello, and welcome back to Open Everyone. We're going to discuss how to kill a marriage. No, it's actually a true and unique story of a real struggle about marriage. And it describes the parallel of destroying a relationship and murder. Yeah, it's that intense. The book is actually a journey of self discovery and growth. And here now to share more about the book, we welcome the author of How to Kill a Marriage, Lori Best.
Hello, lovely lady.
Hello, lovely lady, right back at you. All right, first and foremost, I must know, did you go through something extreme that inspired you to write this book?
Yes, I did. I destroyed my relationship. My husband and I, we're back together, but we really destroyed it. And the reason why I say that is because we had, I guess, what you would consider the perfect love equation, which is what everybody thinks. We were best friends since I was 15. We just really had a lot of the same components, which you would think would flourish a marriage. But I just believe that the process of becoming one is gruesome. And in the media, we don't portray those details. They don't always have to be, cheating or domestic violence. I just think it's once people start to get to know each other, things can get a little rocky. So that's what happened to us.
When you say becoming one associating it with the word gruesome, what do you mean by that?
Well, it's nitty gritty. It's not
Are
the.
you suggesting like somehow maintaining your individuality and becoming a completion versus becoming the same person? I'm trying to get exactly what you mean.
So basically being on one accord. We're always going to be two different people, but I think that when we get in relationships, we often try to change the person to be like us because we know how to deal with us. So when you date somebody, you want them to be like you. Why doesn't he do this like me? He's never going to do it like you. So we had to go through that process of accepting each other and just, being one, just being on one page. And it was tough. It was gruesome.
So, yeah, she uses the word gruesome. It was, well, I'm sure I didn't want to be in that house. No, but really, what I'm getting from just what you're sharing, and I wish I had gotten the book prior to today, but I'm sure I'm.
This is your book.
Thank you, I appreciate it
You're
because I'm
welcome.
looking forward to reading it, and I really want to grasp what you're saying, and I want them to also grasp it as well. And so, what I'm getting from what you're saying is that there's this thing that happens when you're in a relationship where you start focusing on the negativity in that person, and I'm assuming that's what you tap into, and it's almost like unfortunately almost like human nature.
It is. It's defense. So I have done psychology. I'm also a relationship coach. So what I've seen is people, their first line of defense is to deflect all of their like bad things. So that's what we do. So when we start because we have to change, we have to grow. You're never going to be the same person. So we marry people or get in, serious relationships with the idea that the person's going to stay the same. Once they start to change, we start to change. But that's natural. So I feel like yes, that's the whole process of us accepting one another and not doing it in a negative way. So in the book, I talk about how I was supposed to be a tool for my husband to grow and not a vessel of his destruction. But I was because I was afraid and he was as well. So, once you're personal, I mean, you're personal with the person, but when you live with them and they start to like figure out your things that you probably hid or didn't do when you were dating, you become vulnerable. And when we're vulnerable, we either fight or we fly. So
Yeah, and that requires a certain level of consciousness. So I want to ask, in this book, does it focus on how to even spot it? Because there's also that saying, you spot it, you got it, right? And then what happens is like it's really things about yourself that you're not feeling in being with that person that you're seeing as you begin to reflect upon each other. So in this book, do you have like tools to overcome that?
I do. So this is a very solution-driven book. I know that the title I just want to catch people's attention.
Right.
So
And that certainly catches I'm just saying, how to kill a marriage.
Yes.
And it's got blood all over it
Yes.
too. Ouch.
So it's very solution driven and it's a narrative nonfiction. So in the book, I go into stories where we're doing things. I just describe the whole thing. You're a fly on the wall. And afterwards, I kind of dissect where I was wrong or where he was wrong, but I do it in a very constructive way so I can give people the tools that they need to think and to figure out, wait, am I doing this? Do I have this same complex? You know, maybe I'm doing the same destructive things. Maybe I have that same behavior. So I definitely talk about, you know, how I self-sabotage things because of my parents are divorced and I watched them. They were married for 21 years. And so the fear of it all, I premeditated destruction. That's what we do. We get in a relationship, but we're not, like, we're still afraid to be 100%.
And
so
there's also that familiarity.
yeah,
That familiarity of saying, oh, it's inevitable.
pathology. You know,
Right.
we just believe that whatever happens, we kind of relive it. So that's what happened. And so I tell people through my story how to be progressive and solution driven in a relationship. Don't just destroy each other. You're a human, you're gonna mess up, you're gonna argue, but where is your conflict gonna take you? Is it gonna leave you dead? Are you guys gonna live? And I'm happy to say that now my husband and I are better than ever. He actually did the cover. So he was 100% on board. And you know we're just better because of it, and we just want to help other people. That's my mission.
That's nice.
Thank
That's
you.
nice.
Thank you.
And you brought the baby to the studio
Yes.
with you too. I mean, we don't have any cameras
Yeah,
on the
my
baby, but
son.
that's beautiful. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
your new baby
Thank
as
you.
well. But just before we go, I just wanted to know: is there just one point that you could share with everyone that they can take with them in just, I guess, thinking about themselves? Because I feel that while we're talking about a couple and a relationship, it really starts with taking responsibility for yourself.
100%. 100%. This book, why it's not just about marriage. So it's for a self-growth journey. It's for a relationship. It just will help you deal with people in general because it helps you deal with yourself. So I'm very self-analytical, and I just want people to know my number one thing that I tell everybody is be kind to yourself. We're not. We're very destructive to ourselves, and so we reflect that in our interactions with people. We're very, you know, afraid to open up because we're not even open with ourselves. So in this book, I discovered myself. I'm a confident person. I know who I am now, and so I'm able to be communicative with my husband and tell him what I need, you know, without being afraid. I'm vulnerable. I'm honest. I'm naked, you know, raw. And that's what I want people to take away from this experience. When you read this book, just figure out before you try to stab the next person, how can you grow? How can you better yourself? So that's the message.
Ouch, your metaphors are deep. Ouch, ouch. But no, but I love it. I love that you said naked because the transparency is what's going to keep it alive.
Yes, it is very transparent.
And you're very alive. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Likewise. Thank you for being here with us. Lori Best, that's right. For more information on Lori and her new book, How to Kill a Marriage, visit her Facebook page at Lori Beautiful. All right, we have to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next.